Okay, back again. I'm going to make Blackcurrant, Damson, Frangipane in today's video. Again, I've not made this one for quite a few months. So, in the base of this, I used to use ground almonds, but I don't anymore because of them folks out there with nut allergies, and I don't want anybody to get sick. So I've started to use ground loofah instead. So it'll give us a slight exfoliation, but not much, and I don't use too much, just to give like that frangipane kind of look to the base. So I just use a bit of that in the base, and I'm going to do a cocoa line, and then on the top I'm going to use two different purples. I am so hot. It's been raining all day long. As I've said in my previous two videos, I've had a whole soap making day today, and I've been I'm exhausted now, but this is my last soap. Anyway. Purple Berries by Micah Mama. Do another purple. I've got quite a lot of purples, but yeah, I haven't tried this one for a long time. So Purple Berries and Black Grape again. So a dark purple, a lighter purple, and some titanium dioxide. So we'll have a nice swirly swirl on the top. And oh, I'm just so hot. I'm going to cool off, have a good glass of water, and then I'll be back to get this last soap made. Okay. See you in a minute. Okay, so let's get some gloves on. I've just been listening to a podcast again, so I'm listening to True Crime as usual, and today I'm listening to the Chris Watts case, which I have, hold on. I've heard so much about it, and I've watched quite a lot about it. Is that girl Stephanie? She does all the true crime videos on YouTube here, and I like watching her. So I've been listening to her recently, and I'm about, where am I? Part 1, I'm 30 odd minutes in, and there's 2 parts. So the other one that I listened to yesterday was just horrible. It was the Oklahoma scalp murders. Oh lordy, that was vile. Anyway, I'm going to pour my lye into my oils. So I'm using my bigger pot today because this is going to be a bigger batch. So let's just see what we get. Okay. Okay, so for the base then, we're going to want about half of this. Maybe a bit more because I'm using my larger mould actually, so yeah, I'll do a full jug. Full jug, and then pop that over there and get some loofah. So loofah, not going to need too much, it's just to add a little texture. See what that does, and I want a little bit of the fragrance, so we just put a smidge in there. Okay. So with my mould, I've just made Rook and Raven on this other side, and I actually put some glitter over the top of it because it was not how I wanted it to be. Anyway, in here I'm going to pour in this base. In fact, let me bring you closer so you can see the pour. Okay, so this will discolour a little bit, so it just will. Big slam. Put the rest in there. Okay, I'm going to play nice. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, now I want some cocoa powder. Okay, I'm going to use my tea bowl to do the cocoa today, so just washed the other one, so that's why I've got this one to use. which I don't like as much, but it's all I got. I don't want to put too much because I don't want it to split on me. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring that over. And okay, so I'm just gonna pour over the top of this, like this, like this, and this. And it's well set up underneath, so don't have to worry about it at all. As you can see, that's all thickening up now. So yes, podcast, Christopher Watts. I mean, what on earth? You would never have looked at him and thought killer, though, would you? I mean, what? It's just a sneaky, horrible shit of a person. But you know, if you passed him in the street, you would not be thinking that looks like a killer, would you? I mean, you know, who looks like a killer? I don't know. Ted Bundy didn't either, but you know what I mean. You get that sort of look about a person. You just would never assume that he was capable of doing that. Apart from in the video, obviously his body language and everything and the things that he says, he just digs himself deeper and deeper and deeper. But yeah, kind of, it's just weird when people do things like that. You're like, my God. All because he wanted an affair, or what was it? Well, you know, why? Why would you do that? But killing his children, I mean, that takes a special kind of being, eh? Just sick, absolutely sick. I'm thinking that he's going to get away with it as well. That's the mind-blowing thing, is like, I don't know, it's just laughable. Obviously not the case, it's disgusting, but his behaviour is just so bizarre and so transparent. I don't know, it's fun. What a creep. What an absolute dirty creep. Anyway, that's that done. So let me just put a little texture on the top a little bit, so it looks kind of alright. And I'm going to do some peaks in a second when that's gone a little bit thicker. So I started watching, hang on, let me back up. I did finish watching Fargo season 2. So if any of you watched it, it's the one with the butcher and Kirsten Dunst. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. Just so gripping and so good, and the music's amazing in it. I just love it so much. So I was a bit gutted. I just didn't want it to finish. I was like holding off from watching that last episode because, you know, it's like you get so into something. It's like, what am I going to do next? But yesterday, I started to watch Stranger Things, like I said I would, and straight away I'm hooked. Little Dustin. Well, this ain't going to plan either. Look at these. Peaks aren't very good. Oh, hang on, I've got a few in the centre going alright. Some of the, I think I was saying in another video a while back, well, the last lot of videos that I did about Micah's thickening up the batter, and I have experienced it now. Like, yeah, I really have. As well as TD. TD's just, oh, such a pain in the bum sometimes. Like today, it really knackered one of my soaps. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till tomorrow, and if I can chop half of it off and do a new topping on it, I will, but I'll have to wait and see. Okay, we'll just go back over that a second. Come on. Use some of that thicker soap there. I want nice peaks, if you don't mind, Mr. Soap. Come on. Yeah, so Stranger Things, I shall go and watch another episode if I can, but depends what time Matt gets home. He's firing a kiln today at the pottery, so sometimes he's late. So when he's late, I get into my programmes and sit with the dog and have a nice cup of tea. And then he comes in and I'm like, oh, I've got to turn it off. I don't have to turn it off, but you know, I like to watch my programmes in peace, so I do turn it off. Okay, we get these goggles off before I just lose the plot. It's just way too hot. Okay, so that's Blackcurrant, Damson, Frangipane, and we'll see what that comes out like tomorrow. And at the side of it here is Rook and Raven. I did put some glitter on because I wasn't happy with the design. But never mind. Okay, I'm going to tidy up here quickly and I'm going home. So I'll see you for the cut of that one tomorrow. Okay, see ya. Okay, let's cut into this ear soap then. This is Blackcurrant, Damson, Frangipane. So it has gone a little bit brownish on the top, but that usually changes. It normally turns and goes a bit lighter than this. So we'll see. The base, we'll see what happens. It usually goes a bit darker on the base and lighter on the top. It's a strange old one, this one. It's a very nice soap though, I love this. I've been making this one a long time too. So, what date is it? It's the end of July, the last day of July today, I think. Let me check. Yeah, July 31st. So it's the 1st of August tomorrow. I'm just having my walk with the dog, and this morning I noticed how many blackberries were ready, and I'm going to go and pick some so we can make a pie. Okay, so there's the base, which may darken, may not. It should do, but sometimes it depends on, you know, like I buy the fragrances and I always buy the same ones, but sometimes fragrances can slightly change, they might be slightly reformulated, so you just never know if it will be the same every single time, so we shall see. I'll just cut another soap on this, it's a bit dirty, but it'll be fine. Okay, so let's get this cut into logs. So yeah, just had a nice walk in the countryside, and there you go, it's a lot brighter on the inside. Okay. Yeah, so today I think I might go home and edit video. So I've got a few to go up now, and I started watching Stranger Things, like I said in the last video, I think I said. So yeah, I'm gonna probably get into that. So there's some other stuff I'm watching. I'm watching, what's that one program called? Oh God, I have to find it. Where's my phone? Don't know. Save it there. It's something to do with forensic files and people who are wrongly accused. This is on Netflix, and it's like there's the first episode is this guy who, I don't know if he's still in prison because I've not finished watching this episode yet, but he's been accused of a robbery, put into jail for like God knows how many years, like a ridiculous amount of years, and it's obvious that he's not the one that did it because he's like almost a foot taller than the guy in the CCTV. I can't remember where this was, like somewhere in the States, obviously. It seems to have a bit of a crooked, well, not that we all don't, but yeah, there's things that really bother me when I watch these programs. The states and the laws in different states is like, whew, Lord. Don't put a foot wrong. I think we're a bit more lax in this country than in America, to be honest. Yes, well, it just seems a bit crazy. It's like, you know, most of these stories that I watch on Netflix, it's always somebody in the States. Crazy blooming law system. It's like, you know, here we have like British law, that's it. It's like there's no other state laws. It's our laws are our laws across the country, so because we're so small. So if anything ever happens and goes wrong, the public generally speak up and say, oi. Like people campaign for wrongly accused people and things like that anyway. So I'm watching this programme. I'm going to find it because I can't remember what it's called. Let me get my phone and then I will tell you what it is that I'm watching. Netflix. I've got Netflix on my phone. Exhibit A, that's it. So yeah, if anybody's watched it, let me know, because it's actually quite good, quite interesting. So here is Blackcurrant, Damson, Frangipane. I think this base, it's not darkening just yet, but I think it does ever so slightly. So that would be good. If it does, because I want that base to be a bit more like a flan base, you know, like a Frangipane. So what's everybody watching? Let me know what programmes you're watching again, because you know what I'm like for Netflix. Oh, Matt says the other day about we want to move house, right? So he was saying, oh, we could chop down on certain things that we watch and things like that, and he said we could cut out Netflix. I thought, what do you mean we? I pay for my own Netflix, thank you very much. We have Sky TV. I have Netflix that I pay for, which is the cheapest out of everything. We have broadband, which costs us a fortune. I think, yeah, Sky Television is about 40 to 50 quid a month, or something like that. Broadband is the same, and my Netflix is £5.99. I pay for it myself, and you want me to get rid of Netflix? I'm like, screw you. You must be joking. If I didn't have Netflix, I think I would have gone insane by now. We get like box sets and things like that on Sky TV, but they're things that we watch together. But Matt doesn't sit and watch Forensic Files and, you know, things like Making a Murder and things like that with me. He watches like mainly comedy and a few dramas, but mainly comedy programmes. And there's loads of them on Sky, so we sit at night and we watch lots and lots of things like that. But my time is my Netflix time, you know? My God, take that away from me. What are you trying to do, kill me? It really made me laugh. I thought, you cheeky, I don't know, I shouldn't swear. Be demonetised. But yeah, I won't be getting rid of Netflix anytime soon. So let me know what you're watching and I can check it out. So not a lot else has really been happening today. Well, it's only early, it's 11:30. I've just been, just out with the dog, had a coffee while I was out on my walk, because I had to go and fuel my car, because I was like nearly empty. And I thought, well, I'll get a coffee while I'm in here. So I had a coffee, which I never do. I always buy my bags of coffee and have them at work, otherwise it would end up costing a fortune every month. So but I treated myself today. I thought, no, I'll get one in here. And I'll drink that on the way around in my walk, so I haven't needed to make a coffee while I'm here today, because I have one already. Okay, so let's carry on. I've got quite a lot of soaps made yesterday, so I posted on my Instagram. All links are below. Oh, by the way, all links are below to all the equipment that I use. There's again, I'm going to say it, there's a lot of new soap makers that like have joined the channel, and don't realise that all the links are in the description for things that you might want to know. So there's like supplier links, links to where I've like bought the cutters from, the moulds from, everything really. Alright, ta-ta.